Blackfoots have been dealt a mighty blow by the fearsome House Ender. We must infiltrate their defenses and cut out the rot. Let us build our deck and fight our way through the city of Dawn's Point. Welcome fellow card deck building, animal combat, dungeon crawling, bears with hoodie lovers. Bears with hoodies. You'll see what I mean. We have our first ever early access review for indie game Banners of Ruin version 0.29.4. Kindly given to us by Johan from publisher Goblinz Studio, and incidentally they're the creators of Legends of Keepers, Career of a Dungeon Master, Legend of Keepers even, which we almost might have to take a look at soon before they come to their senses and prize the key they offered us from our sweaty paws, so to speak. Banners of Ruin is created by MonteBearo, fellow Brits, I believe, so be kind. It can be described as a card deck building combat roguelike dungeon crawling hybrid. You can tell I wrote this on you. It's published by the aforementioned Goblinz Studio as well as Maple Whispering Limited and Mugen Creations, maybe there for other territories. It's according to Steam. Purchase over 5 hours of the game on PC via Steam. Settings maxed at 1080p and 4K. If you'd like to see gameplay with an explanation of mechanics and features, we have 2 videos and 2 different flavors available for you. Touch should be at the top right of the screen. I guess that's top right of the screen there, and in the description below. And remember, this is early access game releasing just today. Should be 30th of July 2020. And thus this review is based on the assumption that the game is priced correctly for what is already present, and that it will be updated to perfection as promised, as is typical with these kinds of early access gigs. That aside, 5 is an average, below 5 is below average, and anything above that is, well, above average, go figure. Also, all links including Banners of Ruin Twitter, game page, the whole shebang are in the description below, so bear with me and let's try our hand at reviewing this building animal friendly beast. This should be deck building, and forgive me for the puns as well, I have to keep you over the first minute, apparently, the YouTube thing. Feel free to share your thoughts with everyone in the comments below on the game or this review. If you have any questions, have purchased the game already, or are planning on taking on the war, let us know about it. And as ever, if you find value in this content, do subscribe, like, share with a pet bear, and similar. Greatly appreciate it. So first, the good things. The game has nice visuals and a fitting art style, as you can see from the video you've seen now, hopefully. There are good animations, animal faces, especially the bear. We like bears in video games around these airports, I have to say. The core game mechanic loop is fun, which is very important for this kind of game, I'd say. You have good performance overall as you'd expect from what's on display, and also good sounds where they exist. Remember, early access. It's easy to understand the core game the more you play, which obviously helps. There's some nice strategic combinations and starting base cards, passives and equipment as well, actually. Although I would like to see more of the equipment and stuff. Probably have to play more for that. Now, I might as well mention that there are some achievements there as well, assuming they work at this point. And those will help add some challenge end goal to the released core content that's available right now. Now, not every game has this, so it's worth mentioning as an honorable mention. This game has master volume settings as well as audio device selection. And you can also select which monitor it plays on if you have multi-monitor setup, like myself. All of which is very helpful for broadcasters, believe me. Now some bad things, all mostly minor, and please remember it's early access, subject to change on a weekly to monthly-ish to a tri-monthly basis. All with pinches of salt and love should be taken with these. I actually wrote sell there, pinches of sell. That'd be weird. Anyway, might even be present, some of the things might not even be present in the open beta release build. So breathe, alright? Let's continue. Okay, so possibly need some balancing in regards to healing, as you typically lose a member of your party by the time you hit near the end of the first street. So it's formatted in basis of paths and streets like a level, so to speak. And yeah, by then you all have lost a party member unless you're better than me, which is probably likely. Again, mainly some balancing in difficulty or more access to survival equipment mechanics towards the end of the road. Difficulty is fun if it's balanced, and the jury's out on that. Depends on, maybe it's just me, maybe I just need to play more. But I feel like by the time you reach near the end of the road, you get kind of the same outcome. because you're lacking some healing stuff or some kind of like stuff to give you an edge with some serious enemies that come into play. There are some minor bugs, simple minor things like the Q and E button presses for clickable selections that look like they're clickables don't work when you click them. Even though the key works, it looks like a button. New party members don't seem to show up in the formation window until you fiddle with the formation window. You can't cancel card selection once selected. That will surely be fixed, but it's worth noting at this point as well. All minor stuff. It's early access, so it's all good. We also seem to be missing some music and sound effects in some menus or events. No biggie. I'm not sure if there's an endgame at this point with this build as well. And in regards to the unlock sets available, it may be too hard or take too long to feel the benefits or discover the benefits of said unlocks. Doesn't feel like attributes I've gained from the roguelike style that you typically would have in a roguelike or roguelite game. It doesn't feel like it's something I can feel the use of right away. I'll need to research this a bit more, but it seems way too late in the game where you kind of see that you get these benefits. It seems from buying new party members, and it just seems a little bit too little too late. So maybe that needs adjusting as well. But again, you know, a minor thing. Not really anything ugly at this point, but it might need some more clearer end goals or an explanation on how the unlock reward system works, or even allowing people to benefit from said unlock rewards a little sooner, keep people playing longer in its current state. As for a score, I'm giving Banners of Ruin an early access ferocious hand of 8 out of 10. So far so good, I'd say. I'm really looking forward to seeing how MonteBearo develops this game, as there's loads of scope for adding, improving and beefing it up. Or bearing it up maybe, if you want to use more puns. Core gameplay loop is fun, addictive, and also importantly, balance withstanding works well. It may not impress as much perhaps if you've played loads of this kind of game with maybe more features fleshed out in similar early access releases, but then I'm also probably not the best person to ask for card game comparisons outside of The Witcher's own minigame version of Gwent, so opinions may differ here. In saying that, I didn't once look for the game to end due to boredom or needed forcing to play. In fact, I was shocked to look at the clock at one point and see hours had passed in an instant. And that right there says a lot for something received freely. Now, if you're still with me at this point, you should see some viewing options that popped up on the screen from yours truly. And when you click one of those, you're going to get a 0 stamina, 0 will battle card featuring a selfie of a bear doing a Final Fantasy VII style muscle pose in the mirror. And that's going to make a beaver somewhere very, very nervous. Thanks for not folding.